Hey guys, today I'm going to show you this iconic trick that I learned from Illenium. We're going to use that trick to make this. Let's jump into it. The point of this video is to show you how to make those iconic atmospheric vocal melodies that Illenium likes to use in almost every song that he releases. And the cool thing about these melodies is that you could actually apply them to any genre of music that you would like. You're not necessarily into producing this genre of music that I'm going to be making today. Doesn't matter. You could still apply the same tactics and do really cool stuff. Now, in order to build this melody, we need to start with something. Typically, I'd start by making chords, but I wanted to really vibe out, so I used this guitar sample here. Now this guitar sample is actually my own guitar sample, and it will be a part of a huge guitar sample pack that I'll be releasing in the beginning of next month, but I didn't want to hold out on you guys, so if you would like this exact guitar sample and a couple others to play around with, I left a link to them for free in the description below, so make sure you get them so you can make some dope stuff like I'm about to do today. The next thing we're going to need is a little vocal sample that we have to transform into legit beauty. So I went on splice.com and I searched Dylan Matthew. He has like the best vocals on Splice, and I searched for a vocal riff that doesn't have any words. And those are the most fun type of vocals to make vocal melodies with. So if we listen to this vocal sample here, this is the Dylan Matthew vocal chant, Dry, Oh, Whoa. It sounds like this. Oh, 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 oh. So there's no words there, and using these kind of vocals to make melodies is just out of this world, super fun, highly recommend. The first thing you ever have to do is get the vocal in key to your song, especially if you didn't start with it, like I didn't start with it. So I'm gonna take this and make it in key to these guitar loops. Yeah, there's no harmony there, so I think this one has to go 9 semitones up. So that's in key, but 10 times out of 10, when you take a vocal sample, it's not automatically going to be in rhythm with your sample, be it it's a different BPM or for whatever reason. So what we have to do is we have to chop this up and rearrange it and make a really cool melody that works perfectly with these guitars. I'm just gonna chop, take every part of this vocal sample and start rearranging it into something cool. Now this can get very boring to watch, so I'm gonna do a couple here and then come back to you guys when I come up with something. So here's a good start. So what I'm gonna do is just keep chopping and rearranging and then come back to you in a second when I end up with something cool. Alright guys, so after some chopping and rearranging, this is what I came up with. It sounds so bland and dry, but the melody and rhythm is actually there. Like if you could look past its ugliness, it's actually there. So what I'm going to do now is just add some reverb and OTT and a little bit of vocal manipulation to end up with this crazy big result. I took this infected mushroom vocal manipulation plugin, and originally it sounds like this, the vocal. And then what I did is just pitched it up 12 semitones. And then mess around with the formant, which also messes up the vocal in some weird way. And then all of this is really just sidechaining a lot of reverb and OTT, which is really simple things that you guys can do. Okay guys, now we need to fill this mix out with some big bass. So I have a couple different bass layers. I have the BA Hot Reese from my Orbital pack, which is also in the description below. And this bass sounds like this. And what I'm going to do is use the same notes that's in this guitar loop here. And the best way to decide what notes they are is you just have to listen to the notes in the guitar loop and take your best guess as to which notes are the bass notes. Dun, 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 dun. So it's right here is the first one. Once we get the bass notes down, we could take these and layer them with the sub bass. So Reese bass has sub bass, but it doesn't have pure sub bass. So what I like to do is just layer my Reese bass with sub, and it sounds like this. And this is the BA Hot Sub from Orbital. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is lay down some pad huge waves from Orbital, and these are just massive atmospheric pads that really help fill out the drop. Sounds so good. When I'm laying out atmospheric pads, I don't really have a direction. I just kind of scatter them out and hope that in the end it sounds good. So then with the bass and the pads, we'll end up with this. That's so beautiful. I just don't even know what to do with myself anymore. Alright guys, I have one more pad that's actually from another plugin. It's an old Native Instruments plugin called Reactor 6 Prism. It's like one of my favorite pads to use. And then I'm going to spread the guitars. So this is important. So since this is the chorus, I like to make the guitars wide with some sample delay and then add some echo to them. And then I'm going to add some thermal by output, and it's just an enhancer plugin. It adds some dirt, and then we sidechain this guitar now to the kick so that everything bounces with that kick, but we have no kick yet because we have to write the drums. So let's go in and start writing some drums. So when you build drums, you always build drums on your main sample. If not, then your drums aren't going to carry the sample, and the sample's not going to complement the drum. So I'm going to leave that soloed. Well, I have all my drums like lined up here. So you have a kick, and then we're going to use a half beat snare, which means all my snares are going to go in the middle of each bar. So if we look at bar 33 and 34, we have a snare right in the center. And then after some arranging and rearranging, we should end up with this. Nice, nice rhythm. Let's go ahead and take this little closed hi-hat and start arranging this now. Oop, it's too many hi-hats. I like to have a faster section. And now I'm gonna add the snare effects. So these snare effects are already bounced, and that's because I started saving these because they're annoying to make. You need them in your songs because they just dress up the snare. And they will be, I will have a sample pack with a bunch of these. That is currently in the making, so hold tight and that'll be out. Then we're going to add a tom line. Let's go ahead and add that signature Illenium ride, Illenium style ride. This isn't low enough. And at the end, when we're done filling everything out, we should get this. If you guys enjoyed that video and would like to learn more about every element of music production, whether it's music theory, sound design, track building, arrangement, come join me in my EDM Boot Camp. My EDM Boot Camp is a 6-week full-length course that teaches you all about all of those elements of music production. But it's not just a course, it's an entire back-end mastermind group where you can send me your tracks for unlimited track feedback and ask me any music production question that you would like. That sounds like something you're interested in. Go ahead and check out the link at the top of the description below. I look forward to seeing you in there.